We joined OTG half a year ago in April. Marine regulations is provided by Dandox, and Dandox helps maritime companies to stay updated. One thing is the marine regulation tools, which I will give you an introduction for today, where you can see how it works, see the features. Some of you may have heard about it before. For most of you, it's probably new. And it could very well be other people in your organization that work with this stuff, but at least now you get an introduction for it, and you can always bring it home if it could have some interest. But yeah, we joined half a year ago. It has been very interesting to be integrated into OTG, and we look now into further integration now with Lloyd's. So we are now all of a sudden part of a even bigger family. But let's get started. So what is marine regulations? Marine regulation is basically a database with all the rules and regulations you normally would use in a maritime company. It could be on board vessels, it could be on the office. Here there are some differences in the office. You would probably study these rules a little bit more, needing further content, a lot of wider range of content. On the vessels, you have specific mandatory publications you need to carry on board. Marine regulation does both. It's a tool for the office, but also a tool for the vessels. So we'll go into a small demonstration of it, but there's a lot of different interactive features. It's much, much more than just a database. Many of you may know these classic e-books systems, where you have a lot of e-books, but it doesn't help you much really, except that, yeah, you have the books in a digital format. Marine regulations go way beyond that. We have advanced search and filtering. There are reports you can generate. You can have your favorite list of documents. Then you can see upcoming legislation, meaning you can see when the latest IMO amendments enter into force. You can get notifications of new documents that are relevant to you, not general notifications, but all customized. And of course, you can also keep documents available offline. Some of you may know that this is important because it is a requirement that these documents are available offline. Internet connections are not always that good on board vessels, so that's a very important feature to have these documents on board. So, short introduction, let's jump into a little video of how marine regulation works. So, you log in, and when you log in, you get to the dashboard, where you can see all the different features up here. And from there, you can simply jump into to the features. We'll go with the search function. Here you can search for keywords, you can select filters, and here we find SOLAS, Consolidated Edition. This is different from the ebooks. This is a consolidated edition that is available in a PDF format, but it also have a document history where you can see the changes. There are color codings, there are indexed so you can select the different chapters. You can even find the original document. Here you see the color coding and hyperlinks to different sections. So it's very easy to track changes, which are very difficult in these ebooks. So, and it also includes the original documentation if you have a need to look into that. So we jump to the next feature, and that is the favorite documents. So you can, it has many, almost 100,000 documents in the system, but you can go in and select the documents you read the most. You can even make groups. Some groups you would create and share with the vessels, so you can keep that library updated. So you from the office can control exactly what they have access to on board the vessels. It can also be, of course, groups you share at the office for that matter. But it's a very smart way to create a selection of documents that are important for the company. Next, we have a notification. Here you can create search criteria, so you can add them to your notification list. so you get notification on exactly what is relevant for you. It can be all different kind of topics. We have the LSA, we have bunker carrier, all kind of searches based on filters and keywords. Then we jump into My Reports. Here you can select a number of documents and create a report which you can share internally or share with clients. We know some of our clients are using this to inform the rest of the organization about changes in rules and regulations. Here it's created in a PDF format, but you can extract it in Excel or other formats. Some of them are using it from this upcoming enforcement dates. Here you can actually see when rules enter into force in the future. You can even use the same sorting filters and keywords to narrow down exactly what it is that is relevant. In this case, easy to select IMO, and you get updates from IMO and so on. So you can, again, customize it to exactly what you need, so you don't need to sort through all these many documents. Last, we jump to offline documents. This is very vital for having on board vessels. If the documents are green, as you can see on this list, why is it didn't stop, right? Did it stop? Why did the video stop? Okay. What this does that you can select what you need to keep offline. You don't take everything and download it offline. You can simply keep it. Okay, we were almost done anyway, but you keep it offline. You can see if it's marked with green, then you have it offline on the vessel. If it's marked with red, it's not downloaded and offline yet, so it's easy for the vessels to keep track on what is available offline, what is not. And each time there are new documents, it's automatically added to the list, and the vessels simply just have to go and synchronize, and everything is updated and ready on board the vessels. So that was a very quick introduction to marine regulations. I hope you got a feeling of what kind of tool it is. Let's just jump into then why really choose marine regulations. There are two core points I want to just mention here a bit. Ship operators today are facing an increasing complex and rapid evolving regulatory landscape. As I mentioned, and as all of you know, and we'll probably also talk more about it later today, there are new rules entering into force all the time: alternative fuels, decarbonization, shore power, yeah, you know it, the list is long. So very complex. Marine regulation makes it really easy to find exactly what you need to stay updated and inform your organization about it. Marine regulations provide simple, trusted solutions to help ships and officers to stay on top of the compliance and conformance. It is a trusted solution in the market. There are more than, I think there's roughly 2,500 vessels using the system, and it has been in the market for a couple of years now. There are even more using it onshore. And it's not only ship owners and ship managers, it's also authorities and classification societies that are using this system to stay updated on rules and regulations. Then we jump to the next one. It is specific and targeted to your vessels and operations. And that means that this is a customizable system. You can have the content you want on board the vessels, and only that. You can even have more if you wanted to. So it's very customizable. Then at the office, you have all the rules and regulations you need. So if you get some questions from the vessels, you can really dig into the details of the rules and regulations and find the answers that you need, not looking through pages after pages of ebooks, but simply searching the topics that you need to find. It's also specific in that way that on board vessels, you can either have the cloud solution, which is a classic cloud solution. So if you have a good internet on board, you simply access that and it's used on board. Many vessels, though, have not that good connections on board, and they would typically use the app version instead, where you have an app and you can synchronize with that app on board. It also works quite well when you install it on the servers, if that is the solution you have on the vessels. And again, you choose exactly what you want to download, so it doesn't require that much data. I think everybody knows that data cost is always an issue. Finally, people are turning to marine regulations because it's a simple, comprehensive, and cost-efficient system. Comprehensive because it's the widest collection on maritime regulations you find. It has more than 50 flag states. It has IMO content. It has class requirements. It has all the other organizations, a lot of documents. Even Witherby Connect documents can be made available and other resellers in the system. So it is today the widest collection of maritime regulations in the system. Cost efficient because you pay what you only pay for what you need. You select the content you need. It could be certain flags, certain IMO publications, other documents. That's what you pay for, and that's what you get. So therefore, comprehensive, cost efficient. So that was a really quick fly into marine regulations. I hope it gave you a good idea of what this system is able to do. And yeah, you can always find me later on if you have any questions.
Thank you, Ronni.